So who exactly is this person that we're bringing up?
The gentleman we're about to speak with is Mr. Kyle Leatherberry. He is one of my fellow co-stars in the movie Alongside Night. He plays the role of Larry Pournelle.
Cool. And who is? Now I'm gonna put you in the driver's seat on this one
Right
because
on.
I am not a cast member of.
Good evening,
Alongside.
Kyle.
Good evening, guys.
How you
Welcome
doing?
to the show. Thanks for
You
joining
got
us.
your video on, man?
I am turning it on. It says video unavailable here.
All right, very well. Then we'll stick to audio.
Oh, no, we got it. We got it.
Oh,
Boom!
oh,
There
slowly.
it is. Well, here it comes.
Boom. What's up, guys?
Hey, there's the man. How you doing, Kyle?
Doing well, doing well. How's everybody there?
Doing, I'd say, extremely well. Kyle, would you like to tell him about your role in our grand film that we all worked on last month, Alongside Night?
Yeah, most definitely. Great project, director J. Neil Schulman. And I play Larry Pournelle, who is an officer, FEMA officer after Elliot. And basically a nice, good role for me. It's cool playing a cop, an officer set in the future. And yeah.
And how was it? How was it working with Garrett Wong and Saeed Faraj?
Both very entertaining. Saeed a little over the top. He was a great guy, very experienced actor, and for me, it was an honor to work with him as well as Garrett, who was also a very cool guy. Garrett gave me some gambling tips, and Saeed gave me a whole bunch, some life lessons, and was definitely a really cool guy to work with.
Yeah. Actually, were you there the night he was with us at the Suncoast playing blackjack with his brother Mark? You remember this one.
That's a yes.
I remember a couple nights him playing blackjack. I don't know if I was there that night, but
Yeah, the night he lost all his money.
yes, I was guilty of losing all my money a couple nights too. It was kind of tempting.
Oh, we all were. We all were.
That's what happens when you film at a casino, I think.
And what do you think about the philosophy of the film, especially what Neil's vision is in the novel Alongside Night? What do you think on it? What is your thoughts on it?
I saw this audition came up, and I got the script right here still that I broke down, because when I first got a hold of it, I was really excited about getting involved on an independent film that was based on a novel. And the more research I did, I found out that Neil had written the book late 70s and had been trying to make a film out of it ever since. So, the philosophy behind it I think is really cool, as far as paper money and not being around anymore and everything being bought and sold in terms of gold. I thought it's very interesting, very relevant. Definitely addresses a lot of issues that are going on with our government, and really just to be involved in the project that was 30 years in the making was a really cool thing. So I thought it was a great concept, great script, and I hope it came out on film the same way.
Absolutely. Would you say that unlike the character you're portraying in the film, you are a quote unquote legal tender denier?
Ooh, legal tender. I'm a fan of cash myself.
Oh
I'm a
no.
fan of cash. I just do. I think it does cause a lot of problems, I suppose, but that's a tough question.
Can I ask kind of a
Absolutely,
baiting
go
question?
ahead.
So what is cash?
But yeah, exactly. I guess that's a good question as well. Cash to me is just I do like paper money. I like having it, counting it.
Well, what is it? Where does it come from?
Hold on,
hang
Kyle.
We're
Hold on
having an
one
audio
second.
problem real quick. I do something. Sorry.
Sorry about that, Kyle.
No worries.
Now you got an unfair advantage to think about the answer.
Yeah, exactly. That's still a tough question. I mean, what is cash? That's hard. Cash is paper money. I guess the Federal Reserve is as a private company, the more research I do into it. But yeah, what is cash? That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. Other
Is
than
Bitcoin cash?
Say that again.
Is Bitcoin cash?
Bitcoin as far as pieces of gold?
No, Bitcoin. I don't believe that. Maybe you and I didn't have that conversation. Yeah, Bitcoin. It's a peer-to-peer currency. It's an electronic peer-to-peer currency on the internet.
Okay.
I think we discussed it. I don't know if you remember. We were discussing it one time when we were. I think it was when we were working on the scene at the place known only as
The set.
Well, no, it was the prison. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the name of the FEMA prison. I don't know if Neil would have liked it. Yeah, but pretty much that. Yeah, I mean, you remember that scene when we were working on it? I think I told you about it. But yeah, okay. So paper money is that. What about is gold and silver money?
Gold and silver is definitely money. Yeah, and also a good thing to collect, in my opinion.
Oh, excellent.
Absolutely.
Numismatics.
Definitely. Probably better than cash.
Get rid of cash.
Some would argue
Agri's
that is the actual cash, or one form of the actual cash.
Quite.
Absolutely. I always go back to in history when the government took everybody's gold, anybody who was holding gold in I don't know, 20s, 40s, whenever this was.
33. Was it 33 or 71?
33.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in between 20s and 40s. And
Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess that won't happen again, but it's definitely the universal currency, I suppose, right?
I'd
I would agree with
suppose.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely. What I ask a lot of the actors this: what was your most iconic moment on set? Like the one thing that that just sticks out in your mind of when you were shooting, just something funny.
Oh man!
Even behind the scenes, just something silly that happened behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, silly and intense. Actually, was a scene I saw. We shot with Saeed Faraj. It was the first day that I had shot with him, and he's a very, very intimidating, great actor. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, working with him was cool, but there was definitely some confrontational moments when we were outside the door, about to walk in the door and start the scene. And that's for me. That's just what I love about working on movies. Every experience is different. You always learn something, and it's always exciting. And for me, working with him and getting over that hump of the tension, and and getting a good scene off. And I think it ended up being probably one of our best takes too. But him and I definitely butted heads a little bit in the beginning. But I have utmost respect for him. A couple other things. There was a couple funny things that happened. Neil is he's just a funny guy, great director, and and a character. So there were some great moments. The buffet was amazing. Great food there.
Yes, at the Suncoast.
At the lovely Suncoast Resort and Hotel and Casino. Yeah, bunch of good times on set. I had a blast shooting, and I love driving in. I drove in every time.
Yeah, what did you drive in? Might you like to tell the audience your fine automobile you drove from California?
Absolutely.
At breakneck speed?
Absolutely. I got down there quick, and and I love driving, so no matter what car I would be in, it's always fun driving down there. But what
specific model car? The one that I still beg to get a ride in.
It is. Right now, I am driving a fast little sports car. It's good to get down there. And
a black Porsche. Is it a Cayman or a Carrera?
It's a turbo.
It's a turbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Business partner's car that is graciously letting me take care of and drive around.
He drove up in this.
Fan myself. I have to say this all the time because my favorite car, I got somebody pulled out in front of me and it was totaled, and it was a 1984 911 Targa. So my dad's a mechanic. I grew up in the shop, and I love cars, love driving. Great freedom that we have in this country to be able to have a license and drive. So
it's a freedom to have a license and drive?
It's a privilege, I suppose, right?
So we should ask permission to use the roads that our tax money was forcibly extorted from us to pay for?
There we go. No, I don't think so. I think that's a whole other story as far as getting your driver's license taken away and
Absolutely.
and things like that for driving too fast. But
Okay, so you don't approve of police officers giving out, silly tickets for going just slightly faster than the rest of society thinks you should be driving.
oh man, there's a whole bunch we could go into politically, I suppose. I guess that's
Just
what
number
the
one.
First the man is. What? Oh man, I've paid so many parking tickets and speeding tickets, and
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Leatherberry lives out in California.
From Florida, which was a very highly policed state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I got most of my tickets down in Florida for no reason.
I seem to recall a conversation about that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always feel like it's Kyle versus the man in one aspect or another. but yeah, I guess I just see it as it's how things are now, and we can do a lot to stop it, but
well, I guess what I'm saying is, in principle, if we're paying for the roads and we're supposed to be able to have the freedom as given by whatever you want to call the creator to travel, like we have a physical body that's supposed to be used for moving, why should we have to ask for a license to use those roads that we paid for? I
agree. I
right.
don't think we should. I think I think it obviously some people shouldn't be driving, and I think that's where the problem comes in. It's Los Angeles, for example, is just so overpopulated.
I couldn't imagine driving there. Oh my god, I don't even like driving in Philly. Yeah,
it's bad out here, and there's just a lot of people, a lot of cars that shouldn't be on the road, people that shouldn't be on the road, even with the driver's license system that's in place now. So, I mean, if there wasn't a system, it would just be chaos in a big city like this. But in Florida, I remember driving the car around to my dad's shop when I was 14 or 15, and probably shouldn't say that.
Drive in D.C., sir. Drive in D.C.
Oh, D.C.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
That is the worst.
There are more Yahoos driving on the Beltway, the Capitol Beltway, than anywhere else in the nation by far.
And it turns out that navigating a pentagram is friggin' tricky. Like it's not like driving in New York where it's just, I can make the next left. Like
proof positive, our capital city was created by the Illuminati.
Some of these roadways are pretty hard to navigate without traffic. So,
well, I can only imagine how bad it is in LA. I mean, the 405 or any of those. I mean, I pity Californians who have to drive on those roads because, I mean, granted, 66 and 95 are terrible out here, but I don't know how you guys survive some days.
It gets. I just try to drive. I do not drive between like 5:30 and 7:30 at night. And,
not a good idea.
If at all possible, but there's always some back roads, and better have a good soundtrack on your iPod. Something to do with the radio.
Ain't it the truth? Well, Kyle, we gotta move on probably to our next guy here, but I'd like to ask you what for alongside night. What's your big endorsement bit for it?
Oh man, the way I would sell it and the way the main thing that got me involved on the project is just that it's based off this novel that Neil wrote so long ago, and it's very well written and something he's put a lot into, and it also has a message behind it, and it's a good movie. Everybody that worked on it put a lot into it, and I think that'll show in post production and when people start seeing it. So yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Any other projects and your sites you'd like to plug?
Yeah, sure. I just got my acting website, KyleLeatherberry.com, and can always find out what I'm doing on IMDb. Pilot season over here, so just been auditioning, putting myself on tape. This digital series I did called H+, that's on YouTube. It's Warner Brother premieres, kind of testing of new media, and it's going for a season 2. So that's exciting. I'll have a larger part in the second season, and other than that, just reading some scripts and doing some producing things and working on some music and some other business ventures to keep me busy. But Well, that's it, man. I appreciate the plug.
Awesome. Well,
absolutely.
Thanks
man.
for joining us, and just let me say that you seem like a having worked on that particular movie, and you seem like a reasonably open-minded guy. Just if you're looking for any more information about the nature of cash, man, what are some documentaries? Check out The Secret of Oz. Check out Money Masters, or Freedom to Fascism. There's a lot out there.
What has government done to our money?
The
by
Secrets of Oz.
The Secret of Oz. Yeah, it's dry, but it's really informative.
Well, no, I love documentaries too. I'm always watching. And
cool. Yeah, that one's it's a little dry, but it's very, very informative.
I'll keep you in the loop, Kyle.
Cool.
Please do. Adam First the Man. You are the man. Thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us.